evening. Sorry, my eyes were closed. I don't know what the heck you were looking at. So, I'm exhausted. I'm trying to relax. I had to take Xander to the ER because he hurt his ankle during PE. And it just kept getting worse and kind of turned a purpley color into his leg and stuff. And so, I have a million pillows in the bed. So Mom and I took him in, and they say that on the x-ray there is no visible break. But that doesn't mean that there's not because of the growth plates. And there was something concerning. There was inflammation that shouldn't have been there. Hiccups are really bad. Anyway, and so, he needs to see an orthopedic surgeon. This day has been so long. I cried my eyes out. I was having a really rough time. So Lexi had an orthodontic appointment, and her mouth is gonna cost $6,000. So if y'all want to chip in, just let me know. And it's stressful. I am trying not to stress out, but I had a break this afternoon, like full on tears. I'm pretty sure there was snot. So her mouth is gonna cost $6,000, so she has to have a spreader bar. So if you don't know what that is, it's this plate, kind of, that's in the roof of your mouth. They screw that into the bone. Every time I say that, my head pounds. Then they put this spreader bar this way in the teeth because her jaw is not right. So she has a crossbite, an over-under. So on this side, it's the way it should be sitting, but right about here, it flips. So then her top teeth go in behind her bottom. And so it's her jaw that's the issue. And she has such a tiny jaw. She might have a big mouth, but she has a tiny jaw. And so, they need to make room, and they can fix it all they want, but that bite over, or crossbite, will always be there, and it will cause her to eat different, and you can kind of tell when you look at her face, and it will change the shape of her face. And so I am hoping this will help her, and I had to make the decision on my own, and I made the decision because it was also $200 off. And all I had to do is make the first payment, which is $133. Once again, y'all want the information, I can give you the information. You can just call orthodontic. You can make a payment just directly to them. It's awful. And so I'm freaking out because $133 is a lot. And I went and seen Anthony. And I'm pretty sure it's stress. My chest hurts. I feel like I'm not catching my breath. It feels like my heart is fluttering, so then I feel short of breath. I'm just really trying to start to calm down, and it's not working. I feel like my heart is racing, but when I check the watch, it's not racing at all. It's like 70 something. I can hear bagging. Anyway, so we went over and seen him at work, and it was fine for a while. He actually went with us to lunch, and while we were doing that, we were trying to finish up the taxes because he gave me his W-2. He was able to print it out at work. Can you stop? Tesla's being a little bit of a brat over there. Anyway, and so he was inputting the information because I was driving, and then I stopped so he can eat. It's his lunch break. I can, work around eating. I didn't have a job to get back to, and so I'm finishing it up, and it's not taking the one piece again. And I was like, "Oops, sorry, Becky." I was like, "What is going on? That I can't get past it, and if I can't get past it, I have to mail it in." Well, then I freak out because now I'm like, okay, we're supposed to get a good chunk, and when I input the other information, it dropped by $4,000, and I'm like, what? And so then it's really just, it's confusing, and it has to do with the Social Security, and they want, hey, in 2016, you would have gotten this payment, but there's no taxable income anywhere to be found, and because we didn't file taxes. We didn't have to. He was strictly in school at the time. So I erase it, thinking because that's what we had to do last time. And it won't go through. It will not go through at all. Full on, I'm freaking out because now we were going to pay $3,000. And that's the only way we can come up with $3,000 to pay towards her dentist stuff. And now we don't have it. I even sucked it up. And it was so embarrassing to ask other people for help. Even if it was advice, something to guide us. I can't even get them to help me. So there's someone on Twitter, Puth? I can't remember his name. And then he's got team, and there's a bunch of, they do help people, and I can't even get them to give me advice, point me in a direction. And I'm just exhausting myself trying to find a solution. I'm losing sleep trying to find a solution, checking my messages to see if maybe they would get back to me. I'm messaging them on all platforms I can find them on, just to kind of get some kind of help. I reached out to Karen and Qual because I don't know what I'm doing that's wrong, and I know they've been in the real estate business. What do I need to do to work towards, such and such? And no one will talk to me. And then you get in your head, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. And I was like, oh my God, they have lives, and they probably have 1 million people. I need help. I'm not necessarily, looking for cash. I'm not one of those, oh, I'm going to pretend like something's wrong. I'm an open book most of the time. And, to go as far as I did to ask someone else, because that is not me, was a lot. And so it just, then when I couldn't get the taxes to go through, full on cried, bawled, to the point where I was giving myself such a migraine that the roof of my mouth hurt. So Whew. So I went, my friend does taxes. Hewitt Packer. Why am I always gotten that one wrong? Anyway, she works for one of those. I went and talked to her, and then I went to go show her. And it went through. I don't know what it was. It just all of a sudden. But there's information that needs to be fixed. So until federal even accepts it, I can't adjust it. Because it dropped some more money once I took off that 2016, payment from Social Security. I'm like, so, I'm happy that gives. And then Xander hobbled home. And I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup. But he was full on in tears, trying to get to the bathroom. And it wasn't like I tried pushing him, physically pushing him. He barely would walk. I was like, dude, just crawl. I was like, alright, we'll go in. Came home. I still made dinner. I did not want to make dinner at all. I just want to go to bed. Is my husband home? Whew. I feel like I just keep getting the wind knocked out of me. Probably. If not, I'm going to be mad. Guess who's mad? Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant and bitch and moan and cry. This time I didn't cry though. If you all have any advice, like Anthony's student loans, they're high, but they're all on time. I got mine, part of the disabled thing, so forgiveness. I can't get Anthony's credit to go up. I'm hoping once all of the credit cards are paid off, that it'll go up. I do have more cards than him, but with mine, my credit was 653, 660. All of the student loans, it was $14,000, came off of my credit. My credit didn't go up. It actually went down. And we've paid off all the debt. There is no collections on mine at all. There are closed accounts paid. But if you guys have advice, I've asked before. I just need something. I need a miracle. And what's worse is I don't need to be on the app that our real estate agent is through, that we had kind of worked with last year when everything was getting situated and everything kind of fell through at the time. I shouldn't get on it because I'm in love with this house and it is the perfect fit for all of us. It has enough rooms. I could probably use one more bathroom. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff to take in, and I'm trying to stay positive. Even in the middle of the crying, I said to stay on my positive path. I'm positive my life's going to shit. And we're drowning. And we are getting to the point where Mom helps out with groceries. That is all we can afford now. And that is $100 a month. We don't get state help at all. We don't even qualify. I'm just, no more talking about this. Love you guys. Bye.